the representative from SAPS, Gauteng, the representative from Ekurhuleni Municipality, the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, our honorable member who brought the petition to Parliament. This meeting of today is a follow-up meeting of what we had earlier this year when we dealt with a petition that was sent to us by the Parliament about a police station in the Ekurhuleni municipality area. The petition was sent by Honorable Bodlani, calling and requesting the Assembly to talk to the City of Ekurhuleni to investigate the transfer of the ownership of the property where the Brackendows Police Station is located. When we discussed this, the City of Ekurhuleni was not part of the meeting. SAPS was also not part of the meeting. We only had the department and the petition. We felt after engaging in the responses that we got from the department, we felt that we need to call the City of Ekurhuleni and also SAPS. That's why we have this meeting today. And the responses that were given to us by the department necessitated for us to convene this meeting because there was a lot of gray area in which the department was saying something else. And from what we had as a presentation that we received, it was not so. So I hope that the department has again prepared something that all of the members of this portfolio committee, including the person who wrote the petition on behalf of the community of Brackendowns, will be in a way satisfied. With those few words, honorable members, I am greeting you and welcoming you in this portfolio committee of today. But I also want to raise another issue that the reality, we have decided on this program long ago. We sent it to the department, but we are not happy of the fact that we only received the documents only yesterday. It's something that we said that the department must stop it. They need to bring us the documentation in time so that we apply our minds when we read the documents in preparation for the meeting. It must not be that we browse the document. We must read the document, apply our minds, compare with what we had the last time, so that when we come to this meeting, we are then in a position to deliberate progressively and from an informed position. So we appeal to that. The department, not sure who is here in terms of the executive. I believe the minister or the deputy minister, or maybe let's start with the apologies so that we'll know whether the minister or the deputy minister are here. Mr. Razi?
Good morning, Chairperson. Good morning, members, and good morning to everyone. Chairperson, I have an apology from Minister Begicele, and then I have an apology from Deputy Minister Kasel Matale, and I also have an apology from Honorable Van Staden. Those are the three apologies that I have, Chairperson. And invitations and correspondence were sent on the 9th of May, as I have communicated to the community, to the committee yesterday, that I only received a presentation yesterday. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you, Ulazi. From the side of the department, we don't have any apology.
No apology from the side of the department that was sent to me, Chairperson.
Let me just respond. Minister, just
Okay, thank you for that.
Chairperson,
Yeah.
there is a
Okay.
hand from Ms. Makubele. She's from the department, so maybe we must just find out whether that is linked to the apology item on our agenda.
Okay, Ms. Makubele.
Good morning, Chairperson. I wanted to offer an apology for my minister, but I think I saw his name on the list, so I will stand down. Thank you.
The Deputy Minister, Ms. Makubele.
The Deputy Minister, we have conflicting meetings today. We have SCOA and then also this meeting, and the Deputy Minister is leading another delegation for a departmental meeting with regional managers today. So unfortunately, I don't think she will make it, but I see my minister is here.
Thank you for that. Then can we then welcome Minister in our meeting? I'm sure that one was an apology for the Deputy Minister, though it was not put as an apology by Ms. Nyeleti. Can we then go to, Minister, can you please just assist us as the portfolio committee? Who is the acting DG in the department?
Greetings to all of you colleagues. My apologies, I had some technical glitches. I would also want to take this opportunity to extend my greetings to you and all honorable members. As it is known that today it's a day with number of activities, we have requested that the Deputy Minister attend the SCOA together with the CFO, myself, and the acting DG will be here. It is known that we are in a process of filling the vacancy of the position of the DG. And therefore, we have had Dr. Alec Moyemi, who has been standing in as the acting DG, whose period of acting came to the end at the end of April. And we then appointed Ms. Makubele, Nyeleti Makubele, as the acting DG. We have therefore wished to present her as a person who will lead the presentation. But I will be part of this engagement throughout. And I want to also acknowledge the fact that in the previous meetings, at some point I wasn't able to attend as the meetings were coinciding with the cabinet. Even today, this meeting is coinciding with the asset cluster, but I will be here with you. Thank you, Honorable Chair.
Thank you, Minister. We appreciate the information. We really want not to hear from the corridors that there is an acting DG without being informed properly. Maybe in future, Minister, you will do so, because Ms. Nyeleti now is raising hand, and I don't see in the people that are in the meeting, Dr. Alex Moemi. So I really didn't know. There's also a hand, Honorable Hicklin.
Thank you so much, Chair. Please forgive me, I have a bit of flu, so my voice may be a little bad. I want to congratulate Acting DG Makubele. I'm pleased with her appointment, and welcome, Minister Zikalala. It's good to see you in our meetings. Honourable Chair, we cannot allow the department not to present to us, to send us presentations timeously. this is not the first time this has happened in the department. This is not the second time it has happened. It is a regular occurrence in the DPWI that we are faced with a presentation that is going to be made, be it about REMS, be it about the facilities that are not up to scratch for SAPS, be it about whatever, where the department does not seem to be on the same page as the calendar for the portfolio committee. We cannot allow this to carry on. Please, can the department get its house in order? This is not the first time we have raised the fact that we cannot get presentations a minute before the actual meeting. We haven't had time to engage with it. Some of us are lucky to have got presentations or deputations from Ekurhuleni to say that nothing has been done with the situation, and so we are aware of it from our own resources and from our own work, and no mention has come to us from the actual department itself. This is not the way a department should run its operations, and we need to very strongly stand up as a portfolio committee and do our job of oversight and holding the executive to account. I really do want it minuted and noted. Thank you very much, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Hicklin. I think on my remarks earlier on, I raised this issue of package arriving very late from the department. I hope that the minister is here and that the new acting DG is also here. It's something that is not going to happen. I understand they've sent us a package for next week's meeting, not today's meeting. I hope that they do have that package. But now let's invite the City of Ekurhuleni to do their presentation. After, we will invite SAPS, and then the department will come in and then we'll engage. The City of Ekurhuleni?
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Sen. Let me start by introducing myself. My name is Councillor Khopelo Olo. I'm the MMC responsible for the real estate in the City of Ekurhuleni. With me, I've accompanied by the colleagues, Mr. Jeffrey Sinwelo, he's our acting HOD, and also we're with Mr. Khotso Mutawu. So I will hand over to Mr. Khotso Mutawu to take us through the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Councillor. And you are all welcome with your delegation.
Thank you. Mr. Mutawu, can you take us through? Mr. Sonelo, are you in the meeting?
Good morning, colleagues. Thank you, MMC. Yes, I'm in the meeting. I see Khotso is also here. I think maybe he's trying to connect. Let's just give him 2 minutes. Dadem down. Thank you, through chair.
Razi, can you also give them the hosting rights so that they present?
Good morning, Chair. I'm trying to locate Mr. Mutawu. I can't see him here in the meeting, Chair.
Is there no one who can present, or is SAPS ready? Who is representing SAPS in our meeting? I understand the minister and the deputy minister are not here. Razi, who is representing SAPS?
Morning, Chair.
Yes.
Sorry to come in. I've been raising my hand. My name is
Yes.
Bonkosi Mhlaba from Ekurhuleni, and I'm here with our acting DH, Dr. Ndima. So we've been trying to flight our presentation, but we don't have sharing rights. So that's actually why I've been raising my hand.
Can you give them the
I
sharing
have
right?
given them, Chairperson.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Chair. Can everyone see the screen?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay.
Good morning, Chairperson, honorable members of the committee, and the honorable minister, and honorable MMC, and all the attendants. My name is Dr. Ndima. I'm the acting divisional lead for the real estate division property management. I'll be presenting on behalf of the HOD, and Mr. Mtaung is unable to connect. As an introduction, the lease agreement was entered into between our erstwhile Alberton Town City Town Council and the National Government of Public Works in June 11, 1991. It was for 5 years. Unfortunately, when the lease expired, no renewal was attended to. So the lease continued on a tacit agreement on a month-to-month basis. The property, the land is owned by the City of Ekurhuleni. The police station is occupying 3 portions of the F3231. And the top structure was funded by the SAPS, I'm sure through Public Works. And then our last inspection was on the 29th of August 2022, when we received a complaint that a certain building on the property has been burnt down, and the ward councillors were concerned about the future of the police station because they then established that the property is being leased from the city. We did actually found the burnt structures, and then we considered our files, and then we realized that the lease was actually terminated on the 30th of June 2016 due to non-payment areas. That was a breach of contract. As of this month of May, the department is in area amount of over 1.8 million, as indicated on the screen. It is clear that the department is not up to date with its payments, and the matter has been referred to our legal processes for the collection, which I am not privy for the progress of that. Of the progress of collecting this amount. However, the department also considered, as requested by our political principals, the future of the property. So we currently have a process that is ongoing between the City of Ekurhuleni and the National Department of Public Works, whereby we are attempting to have land exchange between the two institutions, whereby the land that is occupied by the Department of Public Works, that is owned by the city, will then be swapped with the land that is owned by the national government. So the process is still ongoing. We still have to go through the SLAs and all other processes before we comment. So it's quite a long process to go. So we also considered the possibility that we can actually proceed once this process is fine, so that we can enter into some sort of a memorandum of agreement with the department in terms of transferring the entire property where the police station is situated in the form of disposing that. But I must indicate that before all this happens, in terms of our MFMA regulations and other protocols, the area amount will have to be settled with the city as we go forward. As the Department of Real Estate of Ekurhuleni, we have recommended that if approved by the council, the property be permanently disposed by means of land exchange with the National Department of Public Works. National Department of Public Works will be required to send the city a record of all payments they made into the global account so that the city can allocate to this specific lease account. It has been reported to us by the National Department of Public that they've been paying on a global account, not on a specific account, because they hold a lot of properties within the City of Ekurhuleni. So as soon as we get those records for all the payments, perhaps we will be able to allocate the correct amount to this account. We also recommended, as I already mentioned, that if this amount of 1.8 is not located or identified, it will still need to be paid directly to the account of this lease agreement, because this lease has got its own account. You can see from the screen, because it is not the only police station that we are struggling with the National Department of Public Works, that in future we'll need to have memorandums of understanding between the City of Ekurhuleni and the National Department of Public Works to avoid this kind of situation and to facilitate the land swaps or permanent disposals of land. Even though this matter pertains Albertine only, the current matter of today, we wish to indicate there is other similar important issue like Guatemala. There is a police station in Guatemala which we are struggling with in a similar manner. And then we would like to highlight the National Department of Public Works of what we expect from them as their responsibility to resolve this matter. We believe that it is the responsibility of the Public Works Department to ensure that they look for land that is almost equal to the subject property in size and value, so that that land can be exchanged with the land that the city is owning, the one where the police station of Albertine is situated. I'll skip recommendation 2 and 3 and 4, because that is an example we are raising that we've been struggling with the police station at Guatemala. But since this is not an issue about the police station at Guatemala, I'll skip that. And then our recommendation or responsibility number 6 is that the city would like to state that the onus is now on the National Department of Public Works to ensure that they send the proposal to the city. And such proposal must also include the land to be swapped. That will be almost equal to the subject property in size and value. And such proposal must be signed by the Director General as the accounting officer of the National Department of Public Works, to be addressed to our accounting officer, the city manager of the City of Ekurhuleni. As a token by the city to show that we are really serious to assist our sister department, Public Works, we are prepared to also issue them with a permission to occupy, which will be valid for 3 months to allow them to do all the necessary studies on the property. We hope that after the 3 months, council shall have resolved on the permanent transfer. However, this depends on the Department of Public Works to act swiftly by giving us the proposal from their Director General. And then what we identified as a responsibility, which is number 10, that is directed to the National Department of Public Works. As per recommendation in the previous slide, we appeal that focus should also be spread to other townships with similar challenges. For example, Kwatema Police Station. The process of investment analysis, which National Department of Public Works says they were busy with over the past 5 years, should be improved and fast-tracked in order to ensure a speedy resolution of issues of this nature. That was the end of our presentation about the subject property. Thank you. Over to the chairperson.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mhlaba. But let me raise this, the presentation that you sent to our acting committee secretary is not the same as the one that you presented. There are some slides that are missing, but I think we have noted this, hoping that you will send to Mr. Lwazi Ben the correct presentation, the one that you have just done. Galaxy J5 Prime, can you please switch off your mic? Or can you just take him out of? You are muting Galaxy, you are also muting myself, I don't know. I said just take this Galaxy J5 Prime out of the meeting so that you will join, yeah. Can we then get the presentation from SAPS? Let me raise it again, Minister. The department has not sent us any presentation on this today's meeting. They have not sent us anything, but maybe they will just respond verbally without any written presentation. SAPS, the reps from SAPS, have they arrived now? Have they joined the meeting?
Morning, Chair.
Good morning, Chair.
Yes.
Lieutenant General Fani from South African Police Services. Good morning, Chair. Good morning to honorable members, colleagues from the National Department of Public Works and the colleagues from the department and municipality. Chair, I am sitting in the office with General Sitole, and she will take us through the presentation. Thank you. If we could have it flighted.
We can go. Thank you, Chairperson. It's Major General Sitole. We'll just go through the presentation. Let me greet the Chairperson and all the members of the Portfolio Committee and the Minister of Public Works and all the senior managers on the platform. We'll just go to the next slide. I think we just indicated the table of contents. We'll just go to the next slide. The next slide is just that reflected the report, just to provide feedback. I think here is just a precinct as indicated that is containing Brackendowns, just to show the area. We can go to the next slide. Next slide, please. Okay, we can pass this slide because I think Ekurhuleni has already flagged them. The only thing that I can mention is that these park homes that are mentioned, that are reflected here, are also leased. We've got 2 lease agreements of the main building and the park homes that are showing here. Thank you. The background, we just indicated that
last night they said there's a meeting, there's no link, no documents. I get everything to
I don't know who is speaking, but can that person switch off her mic, please? We are still listening to the presentation from SAPS. Apologies on that. General Sitole, oh no, Lieutenant General Sitole.
Thank you, Chairperson. We just gave the background that the mandate is with the Department of Public Works in terms of acquisition of accommodation. Then we indicated that in terms of the custodial functions that the minister gave, in terms of the devolution agreement, it excludes the listing of facilities, which remains then with DPW. And then we gave that the background that the Brackendowns is listed from through DPW from Ekurhuleni. And then we indicated that the list commenced in 2019 and the rental is 30,000. We are paying now something like 50,000 for both the park homes and because they are two separate lists. Then we indicated that the condition of the facility is really deteriorating over the years because of the neglected maintenance. And this is because of the fact that we are not paying the market-related rental. Though this matter in terms of the maintenance issues, the challenges were brought to the attention of DPW to take it up with Ekurhuleni. And in 2017, one of the issues is that we approached DPW with an intention to approach Ekurhuleni for us to purchase the existing facility so that then we are able then to maintain. We can go to the next one. And we indicated that the rapid dilapidation of the facility as a metro was not financially viable because they indicated that they will not be able to do the plain maintenance project for us due to the low rental amount that is paid. And we cannot do the plain maintenance either in the building because of the fact that we would be investing in somebody's property. Then we indicated that the purchase of the facility was actually very, very stagnant, and but we were left with the option but to activate the process of procurement of alternative accommodation in 2021 because we did not get any feedback with regard to since 2017 with regard to the purchasing or the final acquisition of the property. Then the relocation of the existing police station is not prioritized at this moment to a new site. We're looking at that through the purchasing or either the acquisition will then allow us in terms of purchasing the police station that will be then belong to us. But in terms of our it's not prioritized for construction, but it's also only the issues that are captured in our is the placement of the generator and the park homes for digital accommodation, which is needed, and the cell block. We can go to the next slide. And then we indicated that the maintenance requirements were brought to the attention of DPW, and we indicated that consensus must be made that the delivery of the new policy is a long-term process and cannot be short-term due to dependency on external stakeholders, the DPW. So as the SAPS, we cannot take final decisions to say this is what we need to do. We still depend on DPW, we still depend on the property owner, which is Ekurhuleni. And last week, Friday, we received the feasibility analysis report from the Department of Public Works, where they're indicating that in terms of their findings and the recommendations, they indicated that they are supporting the feasibility study recommendations are such that they recommend that the police station or the property be purchased on our behalf. And so we'll just activate that process in terms of registration of the project for us to acquire. And it will depend on the agreement between DPW and Ekurhuleni municipality. We can go to the next slide. Just to mention a few challenges, Chairperson, is that it's a very small station with 2-room brick mortar building, which is accommodating the CSP. And when we coordinated with the province, they indicated that these are serious issues that deter service delivery. There's lack of proper detention facilities. The station consists of 6 park homes and prefabricated structures to accommodate different functions. Two of the park homes are rented from Quick Space and are maintained. However, the remaining 4 park homes are in a very poor state. There's no shelter, especially in front of the park home office doors, resulting in the flooding of the offices during rainy days. It does not cater for disabled members, which is non-compliance with the OHS. There's non-availability of a backup generator. The repairs and renovations cannot be done by DPWI as the premises is owned by Metro municipality. And we indicated that during the 2019, the part of the building in front of the president, which is not attached to the president, has burnt down. And although this matter was reported, but there was no action in terms of that. Okay, we can go to the next one. This is the last bullet, but I can't see here. Lastly, Chairperson, we made a recommendation that if the acquisition of the property can be accelerated, so that we can at least change the condition of the building and also maybe consider additional construction of additional offices, because the park homes are not actually a long-term accommodation solution. Thank you, Chairperson. That's all from my side.
Thank you so much for the presentation from SAPS. Though it is repeating the information that was presented to us previously. The new information, though it is not written, is the meeting that we had with the department on Friday, which is not in the presentation. But we really appreciate this information that you have given to us. The challenge now, Minister, is that we don't have the presentation of the department. The last time there was an issue about the payment being done, and the municipality indicating in the presentation, though the municipality was not here, that there's no payment being done from the view of the petitioners. But the then acting DG was very clear that they've done and all that. They have reviewed, renewed this lease and all that. But the city of Ekurhuleni on that particular day was not here to respond on its own. We have a challenge now. We don't have your report, because we were clear in that meeting that we're going to convene. When I was closing, I indicated that we're going to convene another meeting in which we will then request the City of Ekurhuleni, SAPS, and the department again to resolve on these issues. Honorable Bodlani, are you in the meeting? Honorable Bodlani is the person who wrote the petition on behalf of the community.
Chair, if I may, I don't know whether Honorable Bodlani is in. I know that they're having a by-election and she may be working in that by-election, although I could be speaking out of turn. Okay.
Can I then note these hands? Honorable Siwisa, Honorable Hicklin, Honorable Sihlolo.
Can I come in, Chair?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you, Chair, and good morning to everyone. Thank you, Minister, for honoring us with your presence today, because we've been fighting that you could be here. Chair, maybe I should register my dissatisfaction. One, we get late presentations. Two, the people who present come as if they are not prepared to present. You only see with the presentations that you get such a presentation, and then when you get here, another presentation is being presented, which makes some of us to be not to be able to focus as to what needs to be, what's actually the presentation all about, because we had to rush through the presentation last night, coupled with load shedding that we are going through. And now today you get another presentation, and then even the person that's presenting doesn't sound to be confident about what they are presenting, which is a presentation that they have compiled. So it seems as if this committee has not been taken serious, because even the Department of Public Works itself, they should have sent a presentation to say, this is our investigation, that we went over there to see what's happening with the City of Ekurhuleni, the Brackenhurst Police Station, and the petition that has been sent. So our findings are 1, 2, 3, 4. We can't even have that, which means that it becomes difficult for us to actually engage properly on the presentations that have been put there. Because at the end of the day, Public Works is the custodian of buildings in South Africa. And if they cannot provide a solution or tell us what are their recommendations or what are they going to do moving forward with the crime rate that goes up, we cannot have a police station that is dysfunctional because of the property itself. There are questions about, is the property conducive to host people? According to the last report that we got, is it spacious enough? What are the solutions of Department of Public Works? Yes, City of Ekurhuleni comes with recommendations. SAPS comes with a recommendation. And then there's nothing from the side of the department. And if a community cannot have a police station where they can actually go and report cases, and the Department of Public Works is not saying anything about that, then it means that the Department of Public Works doesn't have a solution for the Brackenfell saga that's going on. So, because you can't have a police station that has been leased from 1991 and then we are in 2023. Almost 30 years after the first democratic elections in South Africa, and we are still sitting with a crisis of a police station was part in a metro. And you ask yourself what happens in rural areas. If in a metro, we can have a crisis of a police station that cannot be accommodative. The community is complaining that they do not have a police station. Or in other instances, police stations are built, but they are not being utilized. They turn out to be white elephants. So it's very disappointing, Chair. I'm disappointed to the City of Johannesburg. It seems as of Ekurhuleni, it seems as if they did not come prepared. One, I'm not satisfied with the presentation. Two, as you are alluding, the same presentation that we got from SAPS is the same one that we get here. Three, the Department of Public Works needs to take this committee serious, because at the end of the day, we hold them accountable, and we can't hold them accountable if there's nothing that we can read or be informed about, and then for us to ask them questions, because we are going to deliberate, because the recommendations are that Department of Public Works needs to come on board, and the Department of Public Works is not coming on board. I think I'm going to stop there for now, Chair, but I'm very disappointed. I don't want to lie. I'm not satisfied. It seems as if it's a by the way. It's day for a committee. Let's go there. By the way, they've invited us. So let's go there. By the way, it's not a question of I'm owning this thing. I'm obligated to serve the people of Brackenfell, to serve the people of City of Johannesburg. It's a by the way meeting. I'm going to classify it as a by the way meeting. We are invited, so let's go there. By the way, they're expecting us to say something. So let's accumulate something so that we can go and present, and then let's go on with our lives. We need to be taken serious here, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair. I'll pick up where Honourable Suisa left off because she left me the perfect opening. She's 100% correct. I'm going to quote exactly what the previous acting DG said, by the way. We are committed to finding a permanent solution to the SAPS station in Alberton, Ekurhuleni, but Ekurhuleni must also come to the party. The temporary solution is to do remedial work and to find alternative accommodation, but this could take up to 2 years. I am quoting from the notes that I took in our first meeting because sadly for everybody, I am a notorious note taker. He also said, the land belongs to Ekurhuleni, but I can tell you that we are totally paid up. The Department of Public Works and Infrastructure is totally paid up. Who's lying? Someone is lying, and I have to use that word lying because it's impossible for the Department of Public Works. I know everyone will talk about the fact that there are large accounts and you can't allocate from one account to another account, and one gross amount is paid by the Department of Public Works for different leases and different IRFs and but we're talking about a substantial amount of money. I was told that in a council briefing, an answer to a question that was put out, sorry, I'm just going to my other notes, an official ordinary council meeting held on the 30th of March 2023 in the Ekurhuleni Metropolitan Council, Councillor Tambo Mokoena, in questions for written reply that were tabled at the ordinary council meeting, the DPWI was owing the City of Ekurhuleni on that date 1,637,425 rand and 73 cents for the lease of the property hosting the Brackendowns Police Station. That is an official document, a written reply tabled during an ordinary council meeting held from the City of Ekurhuleni. They would not table that if that was not the case. So I am using the word lying because you cannot table something in an ordinary council meeting if that is what your books reflect. And I can't accept that somebody who is a former MMC for real estate would not know what is on his books. And so I am saying to this Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, we as the portfolio committee of this department are going to hold you to your mandate. You owe it to the citizens of Ekurhuleni and you owe it to the citizens of South Africa to honor your mandate. Do your work. For goodness sake, A, pay your bills within 30 days. B, ensure that your immovable asset register provincially and nationally is up to date. I cannot accept that there is not a piece of land that can be allocated for a police station in Alberton that meets the requirements that citizens have in Alberton that is owned by the DPWI. Why does the DPWI have to lease land owned by the City of Ekurhuleni? And Ekurhuleni is actually saying they refuse to lease land to DPWI anymore until this money is paid up in full, because the DPWI is a bad payer. And they are not alone in saying that the DPWI is a bad payer. It's absolutely ridiculous. How can an entire city of Ekurhuleni, Ward 38, be held hostage because the DPWI doesn't pay its debts? And we have to believe the City of Ekurhuleni, whether they are right or whether they are wrong, because we don't have a presentation from the DPWI to refute that. The current existence of the debt has to be deemed to be 100% honest and applicable, because we do not have one shred of evidence, because there is not a presentation from the minister, who we're seeing for the first time. We do not have a shred of evidence because we do not have a presentation from the DPWI, because they're not being led by anybody. They're not being demanded of that they give us a presentation, because they don't take this department, they don't take this portfolio committee seriously. We are a year away from ending our term as this department's portfolio committee. And for 4 years, we have been saying, can we please have presentations on time and comprehensively representing what this department is doing? It seems like we're repeating ourselves. Former Minister DeLille asked me whether I only had one drum to beat. And my response to her was, until I get the drum beating correctly, to the correct tune, yes, I will only beat one drum. I said this last week, I'm saying it again. This department needs to get direction. This department needs to start doing its job. We are failing as the NDPWI to do the job we are mandated to do. Not me, but the department. I am doing my job. I'm holding this executive to account. It's about time the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure enabled Ekurhuleni to have a functional police department. What is being done? How can a fire take place? No repairs are done. Everybody is sprouting that a UAMP was done. Well, if a UAMP was done and the needs of the user department were understood, then the user department knows what its responsibilities are in terms of repairs and maintenance, and the department knows what its responsibilities are in terms of repairs and maintenance, and neither is doing their part. I still believe that an appropriate piece of land has to be investigated and found urgently in order for the residents of Brackendowns to have a functional police station. But we have nothing that we can say whether the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure has done anything about it, because we haven't got a presentation. And I'm irritated beyond belief. And Minister Zikalala, please take this to heart. If you want to lead this department, lead it if you don't want to lead this department, please ask President Ramaphosa to move you to a department that you want to lead. But this cannot go on. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Hicklin, but I think your last words, they not necessarily correct or accepted. You can say a person who has been given a responsibility to lead this department, and from what we have seen in the few weeks that he is in the department, there are things that we are seeing, and you are saying that it must be removed. I think that one was out of context. Honorable
Be removed, Chair. I said if he doesn't want to lead the department, he must tell President Ramaphosa that he doesn't want to lead this department.
But
That's
you
what
can
I
say that, Honorable Hicklin, when he has not even finished 2 months. Honorable Sihlilo, sorry, Honorable Silo, Honorable Silo.
Chairperson, good morning, and good morning to all the colleagues. I want to repeat and say by Honorable Siwisa and Honorable Hicklin,
maybe the image should be taken away. It takes too much data, I think.
I think we have lost Honorable Sihlilo. Sihlolo.
Sihlolo.
Sihlolo. We have lost him, ne?
It looks like a chair.
Yeah, so humble apologies. I think something went off, and then my network just also went off.
I think you can also switch off the video so that your network is stronger.
Am I audible?
You are audible, but yeah. Can you then continue?
All right. Yes, apologies for that. My internet connection is unstable, Chair. Apologies for that, colleagues. I was indicating that the presentation from SAPS indeed repeats what we already know from the submitted petition as per the report that I have read from that meeting that took place on the 22nd of February. The issue in question here, Chairperson, was for us to deal with, one, whether there is debt. If there is debt, how much is that debt? And whether there is a case against the department or not. If those issues could be dealt with, then we're able to move on to recommendations for actions to get the community of Brackendowns a proper police station. The presentation by Ekurhuleni, what had been revealed by the presentation by Ekurhuleni, had stated that the department owed them rates, which obviously has now been an indication and an emphasis. The department had refuted these allegations and had said that they do not owe these rates to the City of Ekurhuleni. They equally refuted the allegations that they were taken to court to pay such debt. Today, Chair, if they want to present to this particular committee, they must give us new information. They must give us new information on the questions that I have raised and that I've indicated. And it is essentially not a good idea for us to allow the department and the department in particular, as it relates to the portfolio committee, to come and again refute the allegations, as I would like to call them allegations, that have been made by the city by the City of Ekurhuleni. So it is, for me, it is incredibly important that the department deals with answering those issues of, one, are they in debt? If they are, what is the amount? And whether they have a case to answer to, so that this committee can do its job in as far as making the relevant recommendations are concerned, and that the community in question can then begin to receive a proper police station. Outside of that, Chairperson, we would have really wasted our time as a committee if we do not get clarity from the department and responses from the department in relation to the issues that I've highlighted. Thank you so much, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Sihlolo. Honorable Tring, Honorable Mashele, I didn't see your hands. Honorable Tring and Honorable Mashele.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I want to firstly agree with many of the comments by my previous colleagues. The comments with regards to the quality of our presentations, comments with regards to the timeous receipt of the presentations, the challenges between Ekurhuleni, the City of Ekurhuleni, and sister departments and our Department of Public Works. But my comment here, Chair, is that while all of this takes place, it is the people that suffer. While we have the toing and froing and the blaming of one department to another, the people suffer. We must not also forget the High Court, North Gauteng High Court ruling, where the judge indicated that constitutionally, people of South Africa have a right to access to health, access to education, as well as the right to access to safety and security. Now, the people of Brackendowns are being denied that right, their constitutional right to safety, security. And if we as a committee and the department are not able to get this right, then we are denying the people of Brackendowns their right to safety and security. So, Chair, my concluding comment is that we must leave no stone unturned until the people of Brackendowns receive their constitutional right to safety and security. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Mashele.
Thank you, Chair. Greetings to yourself and my colleagues and all the stakeholders in the platform. Chair, we were meeting here for the second time, and at the end of this meeting, we might fail to say what is it that we have achieved. And this is happening precisely because state organs do not want to communicate to each other. I'm raising this, Chair, because you can see that DPWI, SAPS, Ekurhuleni does not give us or does not show us that from the last meeting and today they have met to try and resolve this thing. They are giving us the impression that they are meeting here for the first time again today, that they have been summoned here. And surely, if we're going to run the state in that particular fashion, we'll not go anywhere. We can't have departments that are meeting for the mere sake of coming to us. And can you imagine in the other spaces where we don't have a petition, it means that it's worse. If you can say to the department, let us get a report of all the other places where the releases and all that will be shopped. Therefore, it makes our life difficult because we're getting Bermuda information. We do not get where the problems are such that we intervene. Obviously, our responsibilities lies with DPWI, and we know that they do not have the full role in this whole thing. There are SAPS that has got the responsibility to make sure that the people of Ward 38 have a functional police station. DPWI must give them shelter for them to operate in a conducive environment. Ekurhuleni also is a municipality. They also have a responsibility to make sure that its citizens does have a police station. Up to a point where technocrats outside us can meet and try and resolve these things, will not go anywhere. And my proposal, because it is difficult to enter into this thing, my proposal is that the minister must assist us, instruct his officials to go meet with SAPS, Ekurhuleni. When they come to us, they must have a joint presentation into saying, this is what they've agreed and this is how they want to solve that problem. Otherwise, at this level, it is going to be difficult or almost impossible for us to solve the problem of Ward 38. Let me stop there for now, Chair. Thank you very much. I think we're on load shedding. I don't know whether the chair and I'm still in the platform, or it's myself, or it's yourself, Chair, who have exited the platform.
Yeah, no, I'm back. I'm back. It was just the load shedding, and then something is kicking in now. So I sincere apologies, but I'm back. Honorable Mashele, are you through?
Yes, I'm done, Chair.
Okay. Thank you so much, Honorable Mashele. Not sure whether are there any other members. Oh, okay. I can see there's no other member that would like to speak on this issue. Honorable members, the acting DG, Ms. Makubela, sent me a direct message saying that they had sent a presentation on the 5th of May on this matter. Mr. Lwazi Ben, our acting secretary, has no knowledge of that. Mr. Shuaib, who also, when the department sends its presentation, has no knowledge of that. But she is claiming that she has a presentation that she would like to present to us. The challenge of load shedding in the members that are staying in Acacia, apologies, honorable members. I know that you so, Mr. Lwazi, do you have this presentation?
Good morning, Chair. The only presentation that I received from Public Works was the presentation that I sent on Monday. I will flight that one, Chairperson. I also sent it on the group, and I also sent it via email.
That one is not talking to this meeting. We
yes,
saw that
but
one.
Yes,
Yes.
Chair. The other one, I have not received it, Chairperson. I don't want to lie, Chair.
Okay, Mr. Shuaib, you also don't have the presentation.
No, Chair. As I said to you, Chairperson, I think you said the date of the 5th. There is no presentation that was sent to me related to this topic of the petition. Thank you, Chair.
The reality is that Ms. Makubela, no such presentation was ever sent to the support team of the Portfolio Committee. You want to respond, Ms. Makubela, or we let the department's response on the comments raised by the members of the committee? You want to respond on this issue that we don't have your presentation? Ms. Makubela?
It's fine, Petition. What we will do, we will resend copying this original email that was sent through, so that it shows that there was an email that was sent. I don't know what could have gone wrong. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Is the minister still in the meeting? Okay.
I'd like to move a motion if you allow me.
Honorable Sikhala?
Yes, Chair, I wanted to move that if indeed the department had sent the presentation to whoever it is that they sent it to, because the colleagues that were supposed to have received it, they did not receive it, can we then ask, and I don't know, maybe the colleagues will differ, but this is just my opinion, that the department then through Ms. Makubela then flight their own presentation and then present the presentation as it relates to this matter of the petition, which dealing with the issue of the City of Ekurhuleni and SAPS presentation.
Honorable members, are we agreeing that the presentation that we have not read be presented to us today? Are we agreeing on that matter? Because it would mean we are going to deal with a document that we have not read. Please bear with me. I have a bout of flu. Honorable Mashele, Honorable Hicklin, Honorable Suwisa, only on this matter. Honorable Mashele, Honorable Hicklin, Honorable Suwisa.
I think Honorable Mashele's hand is a legacy hand, Chair, because it didn't go down.
Thank you.
Chair,
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Chair, it takes us back to where we've been all the time, of the department giving us information as we sit in a committee meeting and we're trying to analyze a document that we have never seen before. I personally am against it, but I will go with the committee if the committee says that that is the way to go. I just think that it's disrespectful, and it's disrespectful to the people in Brackendowns 100%, but I will go with what you suggest, Chair.
Honorable Suwisa.
Thank you, Chair. You know, Chair, you know the things that are being done by the Department of Public Works only confirms what I've been saying all of this time. I think the department is deteriorating every day. Every day. We are on it's the 17th today. Ms. Makubela says she sent the presentation on the 5th and doesn't even make a follow-up to find out if you've received the presentation. And our acting secretary confirms, even the main researcher confirms to say that there's no such presentation. This clearly shows only this matter alone. We don't even want to speak about the other matters. This is a clear indication of a department that's busy deteriorating and forgetting their mandate and their obligations to the people of South Africa. You can't send an email and don't do follow-up to say, have you received such and such an email? And if it's not, then you resend. It means that you are taking your job very serious. So we are on the 17th and we are told that the presentation was sent on the 5th. And you don't even do follow-up, even at least the day before the presentation is supposed to be done. And you still don't do follow-up to say that, Mr. Bennett, have you received the presentation? Can you please check your emails? So that you could respond and say, no, I did not. Can you resend it again? So if we are going to allow this, we are simply saying we are setting precedents for something that we've been fighting about for the past 4 years, to say that can presentations be sent in time? And under normal circumstances, any presentation needs to be sent 7 days before in order for a person to see and compile their own notes and be able to prepare for engagement to a certain report. That shows negligence. That shows disrespect to the committee itself. Worst part, it shows disrespect to the people of Ekurhuleni to say that we are not taking you serious. So we are going to do these things according to the way that we want to do them. So you guys are not going to tell us, irrespective of we are here to serve you. So if we are going to allow for a presentation that we didn't even go through it before, then we are going to set precedency because they are going to do it a second time again. We are going to have, if we do it today, and then next time we have to have a meeting, they are going to give us that presentation while we are sitting here. Let's not set precedency. People must do their job. People must take South Africans serious. To say that we think about you, we are here to serve you. We are going to do everything into our power to ensure that you receive the services. Everybody sitting there waiting to hear what is the outcome of this meeting. And the Department of Public Works comes here and tells us that they've sent their presentation on the 5th of May and it's the 17th and there's nothing, and they don't even take the initiative to call and say, have you received this email? Because we are concerned about the people of City of Ekurhuleni, and we are supposed to be given a presentation now. I'm just saying, Chair, let's not set a presidency about something that we've been fighting about for the past 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Honorable Susa. Thank you, honorable members. Yellow.
My apologies.
Okay. Honorable Jobo, I know your challenge of not raising your hand. Honorable Jobo, so that I can round off and give a ruling on this matter. Honorable Jobo.
Oh, thank you, Chairperson, for allowing me this opportunity. And good morning to members and acting DG and the Minister of Public Works, Cousin. Chairperson, I would like to support Honorable Suisa. That as a Public Works Portfolio Committee, we agreed that you are not going to accept a presentation if we received maybe before 7 days, because we agreed that the presentation we must receive the presentation 7 days before the Portfolio Committee. Therefore, today we are not going to take the presentation that we didn't receive. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you so much, Honorable Jobo. Honorable members, thank you so much for your deliberation on this crucial matter. A clear ruling on this matter. Honorable Ms. Makubela, we are not going to allow you and the department to present to us something that we have no knowledge of. And the issue, if you have sent it, but apparently it didn't reach the whatever I get, but we don't have such. And on the meeting that we had on the 10th last week, there was no such documentation, if you may claim that it was part of last week's meeting. Because we were dealing only last week, we were only dealing with the issue of our own report of the small harbours. So on that one, we're not going to entertain you. Just in rounding up all this presentation and all these comments, because I also feel that let's not allow that the departments to respond, that is SAPS and the City of Ekurhuleni. On this basis, the report that we got from the City of Ekurhuleni is the same as the report that we got it last time when we were presented, because when we got the petition, we requested some answers from the City of Ekurhuleni. They sent us such a presentation, though there is an information, a new information that is coming in today. It's not that different from last week's, from the meeting of February 2023, including the presentation from SAPS. But SAPS brought in an issue that they said with the Department of Public Works, what we would appeal to you, not only for us as the Portfolio Committee, but for the entire community of Brackendowns, for the citizens of Ekurhuleni, for the entire country, the South Africans that are currently watching this portfolio committee, that the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, SAPS, and the City of Ekurhuleni must meet and deliberate on this. We have the recommendations that we took on the last meeting. The department must go and look on those recommendations, because even in that one, we said, please sort out these issues. The city is saying you have not paid, and the department is claiming that it has paid. Sort out those issues. Then we are going to deal with this petition for the 10th time before we close on the sometime in June. Whether that meeting will be on Friday, whether it will be on Tuesday after this the budget votes that we are doing, we will invite you in another meeting to specifically deal with this issue. But we are telling you, appealing to all of you, go and meet. Don't work in silos. SAPS must meet with Department of Public Works and Infrastructure. We don't want to call you when we have issues. We have called you on the issue of telecom towers. We will call you. City of Ekurhuleni has, much as it's not part of this, but they have mentioned the issue of KwaThema Police Station. We don't want to do that, call you because there's an issue. You need to meet. But when you come back, we need clear answers on all these issues that have been raised. So on that note, I think on that note, I think we must just pack. We are not closing this. We are just packing it for a meeting that we are going to invite you again in June this year, June 2023. And definitely, because we already have a program that talks on which meetings will sit on Wednesdays, that meeting will either be on Tuesday or on Friday, the days that we don't normally have a portfolio committee. We are going to invite you again. We will ask from the House Chair that will have a special portfolio committee, because we need to prepare a report to the Parliament. This petition went to Parliament, and then the Parliament referred it to us. We are supposed then to prepare a report that says, how have we resolved this petition as this portfolio committee? So please, Ms. Nyeleti and your team, sit down with the Department of SAPS, with the City of Ekurhuleni, discuss this and bring to the people of South Africa clear answers. Have you paid? Have you not yet paid? We want that information from you. We really appreciate, Councillor, that you have joined us today with your team from real estate management. We appreciate Lieutenant General Fanny and your team for joining us in trying to resolve this issue. We all know the rate of crime in South Africa is so high. So we want to ensure, as the portfolio committee that is doing oversight on the Department of Public Works, that all the police stations are working, they are in a conducive environment to deal with crime. What we were shown, these slides that we are shown today, they don't necessarily speak to what we are shown. We were even shown from the presentation of the community, doors that are not working, where you cannot have more than 2 persons who have to report a crime. People have to be outside. We were shown those things when we're dealing with this petition. So we're appealing to you that one of the ways of fighting crime is to ensure that the environment where crime is reported is a conducive environment, so that no one will say, yo, I can't go to that police station. So you are really not doing well for the community of Brackendowns and the City of Ekurhuleni. So with those few words, to all those who have joined the meeting that are not part of the portfolio committee, we really appreciate you joining us. Minister, we also appreciate if the minister is still with us.
Yes, I'm still here.
Okay, thank you, Minister. We really appreciate that you have joined us today. We will definitely reconvene this meeting because we want answers and we want to ensure that our report is clear to Parliament. Can I give you just a few minutes to just say words? Otherwise, we're not continuing with this.
No, thanks. May I take this opportunity to express my apology to the portfolio committee and agree with you on the process. But I can confirm that we long signed the report for the portfolio committee, and therefore we may need to check what happened between the officials in submitting the report. And we also are very mindful of the fact that if the portfolio committee is to engage substantively with issues in the report, it needs to get the document in advance. So nevertheless, one of the things that we're trying to enhance is a coordination between ourselves and the client departments. And that's why we are starting even to meet with ministers, whether it is the Minister of Correctional Services, the Minister of Police, to attend to all of these things holistically. But I appreciate the guidance of the portfolio committee, and I would not want to delay you any further. We would take and ensure that the report is processed accordingly when the committee meets. Thank you, Chair.
Minister, we also appreciate the fact that you are trying to resolve these issues, especially when it comes to the properties of the government. We really appreciate. We have seen your strides, Minister, as much as we have not yet deliberated with some of the issues that you have gone to. We appreciate that. The fact that you followed us on our oversight visit, maybe the officials reported to you and you followed that up immediately. We appreciate that, but we'll deal with them when we are dealing with the specific issue in our portfolio committee. Honorable members, thank you again for being part of this meeting and for being clear in your recommendations and your deliberations. Thank you, the City of Ekurhuleni. Thank you, SAPS, for joining us today. We're going to invite you, please be ready. Please, Minister, through acting DG, ensure that they meet before they come to our meeting. At least there must be an indication that they have met. Thank you again. Those that may leave the meeting may, but we continue to our next item. Lwazi.
Chair, someone by the name of Kotso Johannes has had a message in the chat box saying that he would like to say something. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you saw it.
Is it not the councillor?
No, Chair.
Oh, okay.
Good morning, Chair, and the members of the Parliamentary Committee. My name is Kotso Mtawa. Unfortunately, I could not join you earlier on, but I did manage to join you maybe about a few minutes later. I'm supposed to have made the presentation from Ekurhuleni. May I humbly request that I be the contact person, for this particular matter, so that this we can get to meet, with colleagues from both the Public Works as well as SAPS before our next meeting to resolve on this issue. Thank you.
Thank you, Kotso. If you can, maybe before you go, put in your number so that in the chat box, so that they take your number.
I'll do that.
Mr. Lwazi Ben, we have Mr. Lwazi Ben from our side. Yeah, then maybe Ms. Makubela from the department and Lieutenant General Fanny from the SAPS. Thank you so much. Lwazi, our next item, please. Lwazi?
I'm here, Chairperson.
Okay, we are dealing with the minutes of the previous meeting.
Yes, Chair.
Okay, honorable
On the
members.
10th.
Oh, okay. The one that we're dealing with our oversight report. Can you then go down? Honorable members, the minutes of the meeting of the 10th May 2023. Are there any corrections, amendments on those minutes? Honorable members? If there is no hand, maybe on the issue of the corrections, can we then confirm that they are the true reflection of the meeting that we held on the 10th of May?
There are two.
Yes, Honorable Jabo.
Yes, Chairperson, is that I'd like to confirm it's a true reflection. Therefore, I'd like to move the adoption of the minute.
Thank you, Honorable Jabo. Honorable Hickling.
I'll second the chair. I see they are.
Thank you, Honorable Hickling. Lwazi, any other item or announcements?
Chairperson, I only received an apology during the meeting from Honorable sorry, Chair. From the Deputy Minister of Public Works, Honorable
Swartz. Honorable Swartz, I think the acting DG and the minister, they had already made an apology for the Deputy Minister, hoping that you have noted that. So there is no other issue?
No, there's no other issue, Chairperson. That's all.
Okay, okay, thank you so much. Thank you, honorable members, again for this positive meeting that we held today. Your vigilance in all that we are doing is always appreciated. Today, you showed that really you care about the people of South Africa, that we cannot, when we have agreed that we are no longer going to accept a report that is presented to us without us knowing. We don't want to create a platform in which we don't have to trust our support team, and we are told that a report has been sent when they are saying that it has not been sent to them. The word that we have to believe is the one of the team that we're working with, because all the reports, they are sent to them and then they send them to us. So thank you so much, honorable members. This issue, honorable members, is one of the issues that we are not going to let it lie. We are going to do that. So you may be convened urgently for another meeting to deal with this. We'll look at the dates and then we will inform you in time. But it means it's going to be a special meeting because we already have a program of our meetings and what we will be discussing in all the meetings. On the 24th, honorable members, on Tuesday, it's our budget vote debate. I think it's in M46. Shuaib, am I correct when I say we will be doing it in M46?
Well, Chair, I cannot say because I did not have a look at that, Chair. If it's M46, it would be lovely. I thought S12A at one stage, Chair.
No. It's M46 or Good Hope Chamber. So it's only those two venues that are used. So I think we are in M46, honorable members. So let's be ready to do that on the 24th. And good luck to all those that will be debating on the day. Honorable Higley, your hand is up.
It is, Chair. I would just like to say something. We are an amazing portfolio committee, and I really and truly would like to say thank you to every single solitary one of us. We have principles as a committee, and we stick to them. And it's in thanks to you, Chair, for your leadership in that you allow us to stick to our principles. We hold the executive to account. And I want to say thank you for that, Chair, because you allow us that freedom, and not every other chair allows their committee that freedom. But please, Chair, I meant no disrespect to you when I said to the Minister that if he wanted to go and chair another portfolio committee, he must do so. He has shown this portfolio committee absolutely no respect, Chair. And I was defending us as a portfolio committee. Please understand that. We are the engine that holds the executive to account. And every executive needs to be held to account. And he shows us absolutely no respect, Chair. So I meant no disrespect to you, Chair, when I made the statement that I made. But it is very important that the executive be held to account. And I want to thank you for your leadership, Chair. And I want to say thank you to the rest of the members of this committee that stands for justice in terms of holding truth and showing truth to power, because that is what we do. And that is what makes this committee so strong. And I just want to say that and say thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Van Schalkwyk.
Oh. Thank you, Chairperson. Good morning, Chairperson.
Honorable Shabalala after Honorable Van Schalkwyk. Honorable, yes.
Yeah, my good morning, Chairperson, honorable members and staff. My apologies for being a little bit silent today. I am not well, but I just want to make a correction, Chairperson. Indeed, I confirm our budget vote will be in M46, but it's not going to be on the 24th, but on the 23rd, Tuesday, the 23rd, Chairperson. Thank you.
Thank you sorry. Thank you so much, Honorable Van Schalkwyk. I was fine with the day, but not the date. On the 24th, it will be our portfolio committee. On the 23rd, it will be our budget vote debate on M46. Thank you so much. Honorable Shabalala.
Thanks, Chair. I'm covered. It was on the date. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Shabalala. Honorable members, the flu, I think the flu bug is all around us today. I am also down with flu. I can't even attend physically the mini plenaries. The doctor has booked me off, but I'm here with you today. So all those that will be attending physically, you will also be representing us. I can't do it. I have flu, honorable members. Thank you so much for the meeting. Thank you to our support team for always being there for us and all those reports. If Mr. Lwazi, Mr. Makubela has sent the report, because I asked her to send it now. If he has sent that report, you can share it with us, but we'll have to discuss and look at the dates and then agree which date. So on Thursday, we will have a MENCO Thursday morning between 9 and 10 before the caucuses of the political parties. We'll have MENCO. Ms. Khadisha, please ensure that a link is created for the MENCO. Thank you so much, honorable members. The meeting is adjourned.